Welcome back to 2190 Live, everybody. Zaina Allen here, and I'm here with the amazing actress, Jazlyn Martin. How are you doing today?
I'm doing grand. How you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I just finished the latest season of Bel-Air. So I saw you doing your thing. I saw
Thank
you
you,
doing your
girl.
thing. You killed
Thank you.
it.
I tried.
As you should, as you should. And I want to know, just jumping right into it, what was that like being on the show for a second season, and getting to see more of your character. I think that in the first Fresh Prince of Bel Air, we didn't see much of this character. We didn't see
hmm
much of Jackie. So now we're seeing like a real fleshed out version of Jackie who has emotions and feelings. Like, what is that like for you?
I mean, I'm honored that they asked me back for another season. That is one a blessing, but also like it's so much fun because I get to really explore this character that we both came from LA, but we came from different parts of LA, and she had a different upbringing. I had very supportive parents, and she didn't really have parents by her side, so it's really fun to explore that world and share her story because I think a lot of Black and Brown girls can relate to her, which I think is very important. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. The cast and set is amazing, so it's just a fun time.
What was like the most challenging part of really getting into character with Jackie?
Probably just fighting my own things. Like I don't think it was Jackie at all. I think it was probably just a Jazlyn thing, like why am I here? I'm not good enough. They chose the wrong person. But then kind of using that in the Jackie world because I'm sure Jackie feels that too. So I was like, how can I not flush this out and judge this that I'm feeling, but how can I like redirect it and use it in Jackie? Because I'm sure, she's like she feels unwanted and unloved. So I just used it.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit of imposter syndrome. I think we
Yeah.
all feel that
Mhm.
from time to time. And
Yeah.
do you think that where do you think that your imposter syndrome like stems from a little bit?
That's a good question. Um, I think most maybe from fear and not belonging and not feeling good enough, even though, I grew up a very confident child. I was like, you can't tell me nothing. But I think as you get older, you become more aware and as much as we like to be like, oh, we don't care what people think, it's always in the back of our mind. And so it's like, I want to show up and I want to do my job well. So it's like, yeah, I think it's definitely fear.
Well, I think that you definitely showed or were able to bring some sort of representation to the cast. So I know that you might have the imposter syndrome and a little bit of fear, but just know that there are little girls out there that are watching you and see the work that you've done that look just like you, and that are like, oh, I could do that too, you know. So
Yeah.
you got it, girl.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
So I do want to talk about that a little bit more. It is Hispanic Heritage Month, and I want to talk about or navigating having two different identities. And I know that that's something that you are really like working on speaking about.
Yeah, for sure. This is a big topic. I don't even know where to start for that. How have I navigated that? I mean, I think for a long time I was always casted as a black girl because, people didn't see me as a Latina. They're like, you have curly hair, you have browner skin. So, like, we cast Latinas very specifically, light skin, straight hair. And so for a long time I was like, okay, I'm only going to be casted as a black girl. And that kind of, reaffirmed, reaffirmed, how do I say this? That kind of reaffirmed the idea that Latinos do have a lot of anti-blackness within the community. And I was always aware of that just because of growing up. And I always wanted to speak out about it because I always felt like in order to embrace my Latina side, I had to kill off the little black girl in me. And in order to embrace, the black girl in me, I had to kill off the Latina girl in me. Like, I couldn't possibly be both. I had to choose one. So I think that was always a battle for me of like, why is the world telling me I can only be one thing? I'm both things. So it's been a battle in my mind that people don't see, and I don't think they recognize because to be black enough or to be Mexican enough, it's like if I'm not those things, then like what am I? Like am I enough? So it's been interesting, and I've been glad that I can represent that on screen because there's not a lot of Afro Latinos being represented. Um,
And at what point, like, did you decide, like, okay, we can't kill off one side? Like, I have to be fully myself. At one point, what was that? Like, when was that, and what was that moment like for you?
I mean, I don't think I have it figured out for sure. I think I still struggle with it. I think the black community has been so welcoming. And, I went home to a black household, music, food, because my mom, she assimilated. She didn't teach us Spanish. She didn't cook us, Mexican traditional food. So I didn't really grow up really connected to my Mexican roots. And so it's still a battle, because I'll hear, the Latino community saying some slick stuff, and I'll be like, all right now. All right, not too much. So I think it's still a battle of like, I still want to embrace and fall in love with both communities and both um, cultures. It's just, it's hard to navigate when the world's telling you you can only be one.
Yeah, yeah, I completely understand that, or I can empathize with that.
Yeah.
So I do want to know about your new EP, Identity Crisis. Let's. I know it's about generally this. How did you tap into creating your music and to speak through music with your message?
Yeah. Well, I have to give shout out to my dad because he is a musician. So growing up, I just watched him fall in love with music and storytell through music, through that art form. And so, yeah, the basis was me being mixed and just coming from different backgrounds and having identity crisis. And then, I was like, how can I put this out in a way that everyone can relate to? And so, I think everyone has gone through an identity crisis and will go through one and continue to grow because we constantly evolve and we're different people every day. And so I just made each song is a different story and a different identity that I battle with and that, a different conflict in my head. So I really wanted to embody and portray how messy and how ugly and how not put together an identity crisis is, and how people don't really see that it's all a war in your head.
And I want to know. I feel like we are um, a little bit. You've gotten into the difficulties of navigating both, right? I want to know about some of the positives. Like, where are some of the what are some of the things that you're proud of to be Afro Latina? Like, what
Ah,
feels?
there's so much. I think there's just so much joy with both communities. I think we've gone through so much and we continue to go through so much. And I think Black joy and Latina joy is just a joy that can't be beat or bought. And, through all the struggles and everything. But I mean, the food for one, let's talk about it, okay? Because I feel like I got best of the both foods. And then the dancing, the music, it's just, and I feel like those communities are just so community based. Like it's so warm and inviting and loving. And yeah, I always say I'm the best of both worlds. Sorry, not sorry about it, but I love it. It's a blessing to be of both cultures and to have both cultures be poured into me. So it's a lot of joy.
I love it. I love that. So I want to know. You'd have to finish this sentence for me, okay?
Okay.
Um, being Afro Latina means what to you?
That's ooh, everyone's gonna have a different answer, but oh, that's a great question. You stopped me there. You got me there. I don't
Take
know.
your time.
Uh, means I think it means to be proud in both identities.
I love that. I love that. And is.
Mm.
And so, Jazlyn, while we're waiting for the next season of Bel-Air, because who knows whenever that'll come back out, when, well, can we expect from you till then?
Ooh, new music.
Hmm.
New music, some live shows. Um, we'll see where else the wind takes me, wherever God wants to take me, but definitely a new EP, um, and some live shows. So, yeah,
Can't wait to see it. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jazlyn. I really appreciate it. We're looking forward to the
cool.
new music. We're looking forward to whenever another season of Bel Air comes out, and we're looking forward to seeing more of your beautiful face.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you.